Hello, everybody. This is BeetleG. Welcome back to Nowhere Profit. We are in Pit 9, and we are getting ready to get stocked for the rest of our journey. I'm clicking on everything. Not sure where I'm going. Let's sell all of our stuff. And now let's use our hope. We're going to hold on to that hope. We'll use it later. So we definitely want to heal our followers. And we definitely want to heal our leader. At least once. I'll come back to the heal in a minute. Because sometimes there's battles in these areas. So let's recruit first. I always make this mistake. I recruit last and then I don't have any followers for the battles. Alright, so a 4 mana, 5/7. 4 energy, sorry. I like that. He does reduce our energy when we use him. Ordnance Runner has Sniper. Sniper's always good. And I actually really like the Custodian. I think we're going to add him. Cheap units are great, especially with the rock. We can block one of the opponent's units. We can keep our stuff alive. Ooh, well, hello. It's Custodian number 2. Combat Engineer. Taunt. When a leader gains armor, this follower heals 2 damage. Situationally pretty good. It's better if we had a lot of armor gain. Obviously. Shield Comrade. Taunt Fury. Gain health equal to the number of enemy followers. Also not bad, but you know what? Custodian number 2. Welcome aboard. 5 mana 6/6 is great. Fury. Deal 2 damage to all obstacles in the opposing row. So that's a downside. It's a 2 mana 3/3 though, which is pretty good. And Vagabond. Barrier Revenge. Give a random friendly follower 0/3. So Revenge almost doesn't count towards a unit because we don't want them to die. That's the whole point. So a 2/3. I'm just going to take the 5 mana 6/6. I think we took a lot of early game, and now we want a little bit of late game. So Custodian's in, Taunt, and Scavenger. All right, let's start exploring. So we're at the Metal Crab. Let's approach the control center. We approached this well-maintained and fortified compound, watched by suspicious eyes. A heavy stone wall topped with barbed wire restricted access to the crane to one checkpoint. A soldier built like a Brunta and missing a front tooth stopped us. Let's let Dreg speak to the guards. You want in? Well, we may have something for you, the guard said, and personally led us to a lower part of the crane. There we were brought to an agent of the Union, a black tech sleeve covering her right arm and hand. I have a job for you. Lucrative stuff. See, we have a problem with some unruly citizens. They seem to have trouble with the idea of the greater good. I want you to go talk some sense into them. We don't have any altruism to lose, so I'm thinking let's accept. All right, a man in simple civilian clothes led us to a remote area of the slopes. Here in an old warehouse, a group of angry citizens was caught up in a heated discussion. The moment we entered, panic broke out. Some reached for their weapons, others tried to flee. Ah, they get to go first? I don't think that's fair. Let's get going. So get rid of the big guys. I'm going to get rid of the Forbidden Strength because it doesn't get us a turn 2 win. Ah, this is a terrible hand. How about that? Neighboring followers gain shielded and barrier. So maybe we play our 2 little guys. Like up here and down there. And then we can use the rock to block this 2/3. It's not the best, but it'll prevent him from gaining armor. And look at that. He wouldn't have been able to kill either of our people anyways. Oof. Oh my god. Armor for days. Whew. So slash is pretty good here. What's this do? This gives us food? If we can, we'd like to get that. Again, not super important. So, ooh, okay. We hit him, then we play this, shielded and barrier on both of these. And I will draw a convoy card. I know I'm removing those, but I still think it's bad. It was very good here, though. So, what are you? 5/4 with overwhelming. We could aim shot and static. Static would take away all of our shields. We could just shiv. We could slash and aim shot. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10. We're 1 short. So let's just neural shiv him. We won't get anything else on the field, but our stuff's pretty protected. And as long as he doesn't play a taunt, we're fine. Yeah, look at that. Who do we want to get the bonus? A 3-4 for 2 is pretty good, and a 3-2 with shielded or barrier is pretty good. So I think I want to give it to the custodian. There we go. Ooh. Infect and all followers. Choking Fog's pretty good. Hostile wins. At the start of combat, reduce the energy maximum of both leaders by 1. That is very interesting. Nice. We got some batteries. So Infect is decent. It makes our trades a lot better. Choking Fog is okay. And Hostile wins. Because we just picked up a lot of 2-drop units, it might actually be pretty good. But then we can't play our 3s on turn 1. I don't actually know. Let's keep looking around. The gallows were a large entertainment district with the public execution area at its center. If we hire help, he charges like 60 batteries. So let's try talking to the locals. We talked to a few traveling merchants. Traders from the Cult of the Machine recognized our benign connection to the artificial and gave us a good advice to avoid close contact with the sects in the coastal areas. Do keep an eye open or two. The sheer mists call our sacred technologies a demonic force and will try to kill you on sight. Okay. We went from our camp to the main living quarters on the slopes, a gigantic motley of all imaginable housing constructions. Let's try recruiting here and convince. Yeah! Oh, those are some good units. Anything under 6, A+ in my book. Alright, so we definitely want to try sneaking in here. Okay, nothing happened. That's fine. So put these guys in. Ooh. One of those people, I just clicked over him really quick. Whenever you play a convoy card, gain +1/+1. So you play him and then you play a lot of like 1-drops. That sounds pretty cool. Cool build around. Okay, so we have a lot of batteries. Maybe we buy a simple sleeve. Armored blow is great. Flanking maneuver is okay, and defend is whatever. But starting armor 3 is really good. So I think I'm going to buy this, and I'll sell the sign gas. Okay. Let's equip that. Let's remove reinforce. Or maybe a quick shot? I don't know. Let's remove reinforce for now. I think eventually we'll remove both quick shots as well. And we'll heal leader. Heal leader. Buy a little food, maybe? I maybe should have looked over here. When a drone follower joins your side, gain 2 armor. We don't have any drones, so that's fine. Gain 3 armor, draw a leader card. That's a really good card. I like that. All right, but we'll keep going. Swamp, Scions of the Dreaming God, or Mountains, Blue Devils, Feral Settlement. Let's go to the mountains. I think I've picked Spaceport a lot. I don't think I've been to the Feral Settlement. All right. We spent a lot of time in this in Pit 9. Ooh, so if we go down here, we could have some good stuff, and we could avoid a lot of the red combat, which I don't think is necessarily good. The red combats usually pay out pretty well. With the last rays of the setting sun, we arrived at a conglomerate of old wagons that were surrounded by piles of bottles and empty plastic barrels. Smoke was rising from one of the wagons that sported an array of chimneys. A seedy-looking old man with a bottle in his hand greeted us with a toothless smile, offering us his self-made spirits. Let's do it. I think it gives us some hope, which we don't necessarily need, but why not? We decided to lift the mood in the caravan by purchasing some of the man's self-made alcohol. For a handful of batteries, we received a crate of bottles with the milky and reeking liquid. When we made camp later in the day, we passed around a few bottles. Oh, +6 hope and some alcohol. That's great. All right. Let me take a quick sip. Hold on. More like a gulp. Ugh. All right. Crossroads. Yeah, we always recruit. Always recruit. Looks pretty good. -4 food, +4 hope. I will say we might want more food eventually. Right next to the road, there was a huge motor wagon that apparently had broken down. A small group of scavengers were already working on it. They gave us hostile looks when we came closer, making a bit of a show with their feeble weapons. Let's just trade for valuables. It always works out. And if there's a market, we might need to buy some food here. Okay, we got some stuff to sell. Boop. And they are selling food. We will probably buy some. Always recruit when you can. So, sniper, all wounded followers in your hand gain +2/+0. That's a really interesting fury, but I'm not running wounded ever. So, that's just a sniper 3/5. Destroy all damaged followers. That seems really good. And revenge all followers in your hand gain +1/+1. That's decent. Let's take the hired gun. I like the sound of that. Taunt at the end of your turn, gain +2/+0. Okay, so it's a 2/6 on our turn, 4/6 on their turn with taunt. Pretty good. For 3, wow, pretty good. Charge and destroy a random enemy follower when it dies. Taunt, regen, shielded. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's hard to get through if we just keep our momentum up. Oh, this is actually a really hard choice. I think I like the 3 mana, 3 energy, 4/6. Or actually, 4/5 with charge. Always really good. 2 mana, 3/3. The Martyr or the Phalanx reduces the cost of a random convoy card in your hand by 1. It's pretty decent, but I think early game is by far the most important. And we will buy some food. We could buy more food, but I don't know. Let's keep on moving. We want some batteries so we can like talk to the teacher. When the sun slowly sank towards the horizon, a flock of dark-feathered dragon crows filled the sky and followed us for a while, cawing and circling. Black birds in a red heaven. This is a dark omen, Ashwar muttered. Keep your thoughts to yourself, Ashwar. We don't want to know that. All right. Nice. Firebrand cards are always good. Yeah. Take another slash. I'm not upset. So, let me look at the map for a second. This is a healing zone. I don't know what this is. Oh, home of a skilled teacher. So maybe I'm going to save my batteries. Let's keep on moving. I was thinking about buying more food, but I think we can buy food at this and the next section. The warm springs were simply pristine. Their heavy mineral smell made the head heavy, but the water was comfortable and soothing. Multiple sets of animal tracks could be found at the spring's shore. So I'm assuming track a dangerous animal might give us... it's a little animal. Might give us more food. Let's do a harmless animal. Because I'm a baby and I don't want to get attacked. We actually don't need to heal at all. Maybe we could remove a quick shot. Let's destroy that. And then we'll heal up. Just once. Alright, and move on. We might be able to learn even more stuff. This is great. The settlement covered the entirety of the small valley. A mess of carpets, tents, and flags denoting the different nomad tribes. And at the center, the biggest flag for what looked like to be the leader's hut. Well guarded and highly decorated, the tribespeople looked at us with casual interest as they went about their business. As we entered the encampment, we could see a large arena that was host to debates, not fights. Oh, interesting. Let's check out the speaker circle first. 80 hope? Ooh, wait. As we came close to the speaker circle, we could see one person speaking in the sharp dialect of the Brunta herders. She was making a case for the listeners to join her in forming a new tribe, fielding questions and explaining what she had to offer. A few were interested, but no one stepped forward to join her. As she made her way out of the circle, the group fell silent, and some of their number looked at us with curiosity. If I leave, we might not have the chance, but I want to leave and use a hope item so we can have over 80. I have learned something today. Good to know. Let's just use that hope item now. I don't want to run into that again. The guards flanked us as we approached the hut. The carefully decorated plasma rifle showed him as the leader. The war chief is busy. No visitors. He looked at us up and down and then smiled a wolf's smile. Unless, of course, you're here to challenge him. Yeah, why not? Let's challenge the war chief. The guards looked at each other for a moment and laughed. Do you have a death wish, or are you just stupid? We stood our ground, and once their leader realized we were serious, called out for the war chief. After a moment, the large feral emerged from the tent, his face and body covered in scars and his left eye socket tattooed. His eyes replaced with some kind of prosthetic. He looked at us and scoffed. An outsider? You know nothing if you think the clans will accept you as their leader. But if you want to fight, we fight. And you know what? This seems like a good place to call it a day. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to see how this fight turns out, join me tomorrow for some more Nowhere Profit. See you then. Bye.